This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Here's your report.
Oh, thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire someone just like you.
Try LinkedIn Hiring Pro. It's more than a job board. It's like the recruiter you always wished you had. Hiring Pro uses real-time insights to match your role to LinkedIn's unique network of professionals and delivers a short list of best fit candidates. You'll spend less time sorting applicants and more time talking to the right people.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Hire right the first time. Post your job for free on LinkedIn today at linkedin.com/quality.
Welcome to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, where we take a deep dive into the Star Wars universe such as characters, creatures, stories, and so much more. Hosted by Ben of Temeria and Kadojo.
Welcome back, Adepts, Acolytes, to another episode of Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Kadojo.
Hello. Hello there.
Whoa.
Sorry, air bubble.
Oh, gosh. So, where we left off last week was, Zakuul was invading Republic and Imperial space. So what do we go from there?
Well, they've raided. Raided. Sorry.
Well, raided/invaded. Same thing. Kind of. Yeah.
Well, the purpose of a raid is that you hit a place, you take some resources, you make a statement, then you go home. You don't occupy.
Well, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But things are about to change because they eventually do occupy. And, that's, we're going to be going over part 1 of 2, the war against Zakuul. So if anybody here has not played Knights of the Fallen Empire or Knights of the Eternal Throne, stop, come back to this later after you finish those expansions. And come back to this because it's great. Or if you want to know about it and not have to play SWTOR, by all means, listen.
It'll be a quick 3-4 weeks,
Yeah, it's 3-4 weeks of gameplay. It's fine. It's fine. So a prelude before we get for the war. So in addition to the Sith Empire, which was ruled over 13 centuries, Sith Emperor Vitiate also created a secret eternal empire in the wild space. Ruling from the Eternal Throne on Zakuul as an immortal Emperor Valkorion, the Eternal Throne commanded a massive eternal fleet and powerful group of Force users known as the Knights of Zakuul.
Now, well, like the statement says, during his rebuilding of the Sith Empire, somehow he just found this little nowhere planet that had access to this massive, almost invincible fleet.
Yes,
and they were doing nothing with it.
So
and they were doing.
You find out later the fleet is not from Zakuul. It's from a whole different place. Anyway, so over centuries, Vitiate devoted more and more of his attention to Zakuul, eventually coming to see the new society as his greatest achievement, while deeming the Sith Empire a failure. However, in 3636 BBY, Valkorion's biological son Arkin betrayed his father, resulting in the death of his physical body. Vitiate, who by that point had managed to live for over a millennia by using transfer essence to move his spirit between voices, entered the body of the commander present in the throne room in search of a new host, but Arkin sensed that his father was alive and immediately ordered the Outlander to be freezed in carbonite, trapping Valkorion within.
All right,
Commander, Outlander, same person, by the way.
Yes. A couple of things here. One, either way, there's two options when you confront Valkorion. You can either kill him, which is, I think, the dark side option.
Yes. Yep. You can.
And then the light side option. Yeah, and the light side option is essentially just trying to run away or something.
Yeah,
Either
something
way,
like that.
he dies. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Arkin kills him.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then
Poor
this
Darth
is
Mara.
actually smart of Arkin. He knows that his father transferred to the Outlander. It's like, you know what? Instead of killing the Outlander and letting him escape again, I'll just freeze him.
Yeah. Pretty much, like, he can't do anything if he's frozen in carbonite.
Yeah.
So, Arkin assumed the Eternal Throne and proclaimed himself as the new Emperor of Zakuul, blaming the father's death on the Outlander and promising revenge of the core worlds for what was claimed as an act of unprovoked aggression. Arkin launched a full-scale internal empire conquest in the galaxy, previously unaware of Zakuul's existence, attacking both the Sith Empire and the Galactic Republic, who at this point was involved in a series of wars between each other for almost half a century. Yep. And now they get attacked by a third party.
Oh, no!
After they've been at war with each other and using resources on each other, now there's a third party that comes in here and just puts them down.
Which is fresh for a fight. Scott's navy, which is invincible, essentially, and most of their army are droids. And the ones that aren't droids,
they don't lose personnel.
Yeah, and the ones that aren't droids are force users, essentially.
Yep. So Arkin's war was swift and brutal, with the Eternal Fleet having the advantage over the Republic and Imperial Navy in terms of both speed and sheer numbers. Internal Empire forces destroyed shipyards, blockaded major trade routes, and achieved a naval superiority over both sides within 3 months. Blockading both Coruscant and Drummond Coast by the end of 3636 BBY. 3 months. It took him only 3 months to put both of them in their places.
Yeah, but
when they've been fighting each other for half a century.
Yes, but to be fair, they had all the intelligence on them, so that helps.
True. Yep.
And also, the Eternal Fleet again is massive and overpowered.
Yeah. So when you see the cutscenes of the fleet, it's daunting and like, oh, I'm dead. Like that. That's
like, oh,
that's what
we can't win.
I see
we
death.
Can't win.
I'm staring into death right now, and that's all you see, and then you will die. Obviously not you because you're the main character of the story, so you don't die. But anyway, so both sides suffered heavy losses from facing endless legions of Knights of Zakuul and Sky Troopers, but Republic Supreme Chancellor Leontin Suresh refused to submit the Republic to Zakuulian authority and continued to wage the Galactic War against the Sith Empire as well at the cost of millions of Republic lives. The Galactic Senate eventually managed to overrule Suresh and went to negotiate ceasefire terms. On the Sith side... Oh, go on.
This counselor is just a nut job.
Oh my god.
Pure and simple. Egotistical nut job.
Yes, it is who I think it is.
Yes, it's a Twi'lek. It's the Twi'lek nut
She's
job.
like, when you first meet her, it's like, okay, she's fine. And then you get to this expansion, and I was like, no, she's not.
No, she's got the ego the size of the galaxy. She's got an ego that rivals Vitian.
So on the Sith side, the members of the Dark Council fought Arkin invasion ruthlessly and lost, with all but one either killed or disappearing into hiding away from the public eye. The Minister of Logistics negotiated a Zakuul Imperial Treaty, while a similar Zakuul Republic Treaty was signed by the Republic Senate. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad when both sides are, it's like, well, crap. We have to submit. So both the Republic and Sith Empire were forced to pay a heavy tribute of raw materials to Zakuul and were subjected to arms limitations statute, preventing either of them to challenge Zakuul directly. Arkin had no interest in actually governing the conquered portion of the galaxy, and thus allowed the Republic and the Empire to continue their war against one another as long as the tribute was paid and they continued to acknowledge Zakuul's superiority.
So I love this. Arkin comes in, slaps them both, ties both their hand and one leg behind their back and says, all right, you guys have fun, and dips out of there.
Literally, that's literally what he does. And he's like, I don't care about any of you. So there were no ongoing planetary occupations. To watch for possible uprising, massive battle stations known as Star Fortresses were deployed in orbit of a dozen key worlds such as Alderaan, Balmorra, Bothawi, and Voss, Arkin proved himself as a brutal dictator at home as well, cracking down on any political dissidents who dared to openly speak out against his rule. Thousands of ordinary citizens were forced to either live in exile in the endless swamp or flee their home world and blend into galactic underground in the attempt to evade Arkin's forces.
By the way, your character, the Outlander, is still in carbon freezing.
Yeah,
The
you're still in
galaxy
carbonite.
literally collapsed without you.
Mm-hmm. And after 3636 BBY, the political situation in the galactic scale saw little change for the next 4 years. Chancellor Suresh had reached the end of the second term and failed to pass a motion to extend it indefinitely, though she still remained in power and control the Republic through a carefully chosen puppet chancellor by the name of Jebel Madan. The Sith Empire was ruled by Darth Arsenia, who proclaimed herself as the new Empress of the Sith after remaining as the only Dark Council member alive and not in hiding.
Hey, I'm out in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I get to be Empress.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's exactly right. And then by 3631 BBY, however, former Sith Intelligence Minister Alana Benico had spent years in wild space opposing the Internal Empire and built a network of contacts, finally managed to learn where the Outlander, her old ally from the Revenite crisis, was being kept and organized a mission to break them out of the Carbonite prison, believing the person is the galaxy's only hope in opposing the Eternal Empire.
I just want to say one thing
true.
about this whole thing. Lana Benico, best waifu.
You like Lana over Kira?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, Lana's great. I'm not gonna lie. Lana is phenomenal. I prefer Kira. That's just me. Anyway. So, now getting to the actual war with Zakuul. So, Benico mounted a rescue mission in the Carbonite prison on the spire of Zakuul with her astromech droid T-701, my droid, thank you very much, bodyguard droid HK-55, and Koth Vorenta, a exiled Zakuulian naval officer. Vorenta and HK-55 waited to escape shuttle, while Benico and T-701 infiltrated the prison where Lana located and unfroze the Outlander. Yeah.
This was a fun little cutscene, seeing this all leading up to your unfreezing.
Yes.
And by the way, the spire, the Zakuul Empire has several buildings that go above the cloud line and even into space, but the spire is the tallest and biggest one. It also contains the Eternal Throne.
Yes. Yep. So they were attacked by Sky Trooper guards, and Benico proceeded to escort the Outlander to the extraction point, where here pursued by High Justice Valen, Arkin's sister, an extremely powerful Force user. Valen destabilized a sun generator, which threatened to overload and explode, while Vorenta's shuttle was shot down and crashed on a shuttle pad, where Vorenta and HK-55 were cornered by security forces. They eliminated their attackers and stole another shuttle, rushing to pick up Benico and the Outlander. They were cornered by Valen. I hate Valen so much. I'm not a fan of her.
She was a sad character.
She's crazy.
Well, if you watch her trailer, she was a young innocent kid, but then just got
indoctrinated and became nuts.
Destroyed. It wasn't her fault.
No,
how she ended up her way, but she after a while she just started leaning into it.
Which through my story, like playthrough, I think that you can somewhat redeem her, kind of.
I didn't get that far, I think, in my playthrough. I kind of stopped before then. But by the way, sun generators. I wonder if it's the same thing that Doc Ock was trying to do in Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire.
I mean, essentially, that's essentially what he was trying to do. So Vorenta's shuttle arrived just in time and opened fire on the High Justice, who shielded herself with a piece of debris before throwing it at the shuttle, dealing it serious damage. Vorenta managed to keep the shuttle in the air long enough for the Outlander and Benico to get aboard, after which they fled the city. The damage forced Vorenta to put the shuttle down, crashing in the endless swamp. Dun dun. And then while Vanico and Varenta hid the evidence of their landing, the Outlander and HK-55 discovered a large technological object, while Varenta quickly identified it as the Gravestone, a legendary warship that single-handedly stowed up to the Eternal Fleet. The team got working on repairing the Gravestone, restoring major systems to working conditions, while Benico sent a message to the former Knight of Zakuul, Senya Toral, asking her to join them and provide a backup.
Yeah. Now, the Gravestone, how is it that the only weapon that can defeat the Eternal Fleet just so happens to land in your lap? That is some major plot armor right there. That is major plot armor.
You landed in its lap. If you want to be technical. It didn't land in your lap. You landed in its lap. Because it was already there. First off, why is it still there? Why wasn't it like destroyed to a smizer in a million pieces? Like I don't know why they like did not keep that. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, so Arkan's forces soon located and attacked the Gravestone, and Varenta and HK-55 got the ship ready to fly. While Senya Toral arrived to assist the defense of the ship, the group prepared to leave Zakuul, but as the ship left the atmosphere, the Eternal Fleet appeared to intercept them. Dun dun. Yeah, by the way, Senya, awesome character.
She is the
mother of Arkan and Valen.
And the third child, the twin
Thorin?
of Arkan.
Is his name Thorin? I think it's Thorin.
Maybe, I can't remember.
I think his name is Thorin. Who is dead, by the way.
She was the mother of all three.
Yes, she was Valkorion's wife, if you want to call it that.
Well, I think they did actually fall in love, but then he just became emotionally detached after the kids were born.
Yeah.
I think he manipulated her a little bit.
Possibly? I don't know. Like, I don't remember a whole lot of his story because he's talking in your head the entire time. Trying to tempt you to do dark side tendencies and stuff like that, or let him control you to like decimate your foes and stuff like that. First off, I never let him do that because I'm a light side wielder. I ain't not having this guy who I was trying to kill for the 2 out of 3 acts in the base game. No, I'm not letting this guy take over my body. He already did that once.
I did it once with him, and that was to save Lana when Arkan was attacking at the Gravestone. I let him take over once.
I did not, because she survives regardless.
I know, but I let my emotions win.
Fair. So the Outlander fired the Gravestone's Omni Cannon, destroying more than 24 Eternal Fleet warships in a single shot, and enabling the Gravestone to jump into safety to hyperspace, where the group decided to head towards Asylum, a shadow port and safe haven of those who fled Arkan's oppressive rule.
Yeah, it's weird that there's a starport that is out of Archeon's reach here.
For a while. It's also like hidden in the gas giant, so that also kind of helps. Because gas giants are extremely hard to detect anything in using anything electronic because of the distortions of the particles of the said gas giant.
We need to get that one scientist guy who discredited Pluto as a planet in here to verify that. What's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes. Yes.
Get him in here.
First up, he is a Star Wars fan, which is awesome. Secondly, that's just like what we get from like Star Wars Rebels and other animation. So that's not like a scientific thing. That's just a Star Wars thing. Possibly is a scientific thing. I don't know. Anyway, so the Gravestone docked at Asylum, where the small team was joined by Koth Varenta's crew members, including his first mate, Lynn Parvek, former Republic Corporal Rallo, and engineer Tora, who went to repair the Gravestone battle damage. Lena Bianco began sending messages from a network of contacts, while Senna Tral introduced the Outlander to the Scions of Zakuul, led by Heskel, who wanted to determine whether they would join the Outlanders' rebellion against Arkan. Senna joined the Outlander in the Scion's trials, in which the Outlander emerged victorious. As the group discussed the revelations made by the Scion's Enclave, they received a message from T-701 on Zakuul informing them that the information broker known as Lady of Sorrows wished to have a dialogue with the Gravestone computers. Well,
God, can you get any more edgelord than Lady of Sorrows?
It could, yeah, I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. So, Senna accompanied the Outlander back to the old world of Zakuul, where they reunited with T-701 and located the Lady of Sorrows, an advanced artificial intelligence calling herself Scorpio. By the way, Scorpio is one of the companions you get during the
Imperial Agent.
Thank you. That one.
I think.
Yeah, Imperial Agent storyline is where Scorpio's from. Who agreed to accompany them back to the asylum. Meanwhile, Haskell experienced a vision of Arkin's defeat at the hand of the Outlander, and in accordance to the prophecy contacted by an emperor he detested, inviting him to asylum. Arkin arrived to asylum before the internal fleet did, and personally executed the Scions in their hideout, impaling Haskell on his lightsaber just as the Outlander arrived to meet with him, and fight between the two ensued.
I think I remember this portion of the mission.
This fight was
You're
awesome,
fighting,
by the way.
yeah.
Like, Arkin's like the Vader at this point of of the storyline, which is really cool.
He tries to be.
Well, yeah, he's not as, he's still very powerful, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But he's not as powerful as Vader, clearly.
Yeah.
Because Vader's Vader. So the Eternal Fleet emerged from hyperspace and opened fire on the Shadow Port, and the Gravestone turbo laser cannon shot down several Zakuulian shuttles, one of which crashed into the Scion's hideout, interrupting Arkin's duel with the Outlander. Zakuulian task force took over the control spar, taking control of the docking clamps and keeping the Gravestone grounded.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
The ship was attacked by a group of knights led by Valen herself, who was about to emerge. The Outlander, her mother, Senna Thrall, rushed to aid them, tossing the Outlander away and engaging her daughter. While the Outlander and Lana went to free the ship, Beniko volunteered to hold a choke point so that Vortina and the Outlander could reach the control star. Where united with HK-55, and Vorenta and the droid stayed behind to hold off the battalion of Zakuulian knights. Which is crazy.
I don't see two people holding off a battalion of force sensitives.
Right, they're all force users. So like, how are these two? One's a droid and one's just a normal dude.
Yeah.
So he's smart. He's very smart and a good pilot, but like that's about it.
Yeah.
He's a good
fighter.
fighter.
They got shields. They have shields. They literally have shields and force staffs. I don't see you guys winning this one.
Nope. So the Outlander proceeded to control Spar alone and released the docking clamps, keeping the Gravestone in place, but was once again ambushed by Arkin. HK-55 arrived just in the time to assist the Outlander, sacrificing himself to shield his master from Arkin's force blast.
No!
Quote-unquote, died.
Wasn't
HK-50...
Wasn't HK-55 a direct copy of 47? Almost.
Not a direct copy. No, he
close copy.
He was built like as a base, like HK-47 was the base of the HK-50 series, but that's about it. There is that
personality.
He has the same personality and same voice, yeah, but like that's about it.
Okay.
He does call people meatbags, if anybody's asking. Yes, HK-55 calls people meatbags. It's hilarious. All voiced by the same original voice actor who voiced him in the original KOTOR. And you do actually... There's a mission that's at the end of the first expansion, which is Knights of the Fallen Empire. There is a mission where, as I just said, that, HK-55 sacrificed himself. Well, there's a special mission to where he's actually been rebuilt, and then you have to get out of this specific, secret facility to go back to the Outlander.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And that's where you actually meet the head a copied head of HK-47 before it gets blown up. So, anyway, during the fight, Arkin was knocked off the control spar to the levels down below, and the injured Outlander returned to the gravestone, where Senna disarmed Valen and had her daughter at her mercy, but could not bring herself to land a killing blow. Everyone boarded the gravestone, and Varenta piloted the ship towards the Eternal Fleet blockade, destroying one warship with the turbo lasers before jumping into hyperspace. Arkin survived his fall, and no longer facing any resistance, the Eternal Empire forces have completely leveled Asylum.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but memory serves me, they really can't replace the ships of the Eternal Fleet.
Correct. Yes, correct. They cannot replace them. They can't fix them or anything because they're so far advanced.
Yeah, and they don't know how to fix them. They don't know where they came from originally. I think they find out
quote
later.
Unquote, advanced, but they're old technology that's too far advanced at the current time.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, with the Battle of Asylum served as a rallying cry for those who wished to oppose Arkin, and Beniko called her multiple contacts from the Sith Empire, the Republic, and the criminal underworld together on the planet of Odessen, a remote and unsettled world in wild space. They thought, the Odessen, if you go back to like Origins of the Jedi episode, I think, or one of the episodes we had, Odessen was actually one of the original planets for the Jedi Order.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't remember.
It was. So there she laid the foundation of the Alliance against the Eternal Empire, and the Outlander became the Alliance commander, establishing the Alliance base on Odessen. Among those who joined the new alliance was Beniko's old associate from Republic Strategic Information Service, Theron Shan, who immediately started working on the big problems and assembled a team of specialists which included former Republic Admiral Baywan Argo, famous smuggler Captain Hilo Viz, Hutt scientist Juvar Libet Gogolrob, and Sana Ra of the Voss Mystics.
By the way, the Hutt scientist is the same one from the Hutt cartel, by the way.
From Rise of the Hutt cartel, yes. Same scientist that helped you all leave, is it McNeb? To the planet? Yeah.
By the way, saying Hutt and scientist in the same sentence together is kind of weird.
Yes. Absolutely it is.
I mean, granted, as a species, you really shouldn't judge them, but just there are outliers for Hutts.
Oh, absolutely.
They're very extremely rare, but there are outliers.
Very rare to where you'll have someone who's not in the cartel business, and you'll have one of very rare chances there's a nice Hutt. Very, very rarely, but sometimes.
Extremely rare.
Extremely rare. It's like one in a few. Like the scientist, Jivard, he's actually one of the rare scientists Hutts, and also pretty logical and sociable and be able to talk to with it reasonable about. He's not evil for once. It's not an evil Hutt, which most of them are a-holes. Look at Jabba and look at his entire family of Jabba's family. So, yeah. Anyway, with that being said, let's take a quick mid-break, thank our patrons, and we'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by Perfect Bistro Cat Food. Hey guys, today I'm interviewing my cat about his perfect bistro food. Percy, you seem to be a big Perfect Bistro fan. Care to comment? Totally. What do you like about it? You love the high-quality ingredients? And the delicious flavors, of course. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Listen to Percy, guys. Visit perfectbistro.com to try it for your cat.
All right, welcome to the Middle Show. We're talking about everything with podcasts. Has nothing to do with the lore of Star Wars. Here we're going to thank all our amazing patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. And if you too want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/holocronhistories, where you can get free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can also leave us ratings, reviews on Apple and Spotify. Leave 5-star review on Apple with some words or a nice Spotify comment. Read it out loud next time on the show. Which, let me check. Nope, nothing on Apple, which that does not surprise me one bit because Apple's weird.
I've never liked Apple, so I never used it.
The Apple Podcast app is wonky. I'm gonna be honest; it's not the best. Okay, I was checking Gundam too, since I record that later. Anyway, I do have some from Spotify though. So we have Dylan commenting on last episode. It was Shadow of the Sith where Revan is mentioned. Thank you. I couldn't remember which freaking book it was. Shadow of the Sith.
The Sith. I think I mentioned that, and you said no.
Did you?
I think so.
I think you're lying.
But no, you said it was a Darth Vader. You said it was a Darth Vader book.
It was a Luke book.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it's a Luke book. So I didn't say Shadow of the Sith. We couldn't find it because you said it was a Darth Vader book.
I thought it was a... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Ray's in this book, supposedly. 2022 is when this came out.
Yeah,
so,
I listened to this.
Did you?
I listened. Yeah, I did. I listened.
Really?
It was 4 years ago, man. And the story was okay at best.
You're supposed to remember everything you read or listen to. Duh. Anyway, we do have Noah commenting back on our Heist Team patron chat. God, this was forever ago. Their Slicer would be T3M4. Their Muscle is Wrecker. Pilot is Karth and Nos. Why would you put Karth as your pilot? And Demolition is Krishantin. Droid Expert is Quill. Okay. Quill makes sense. From Mandalorian. The Ugnaught from Mandalorian Season 1.
Yeah.
Yep. But why would you put Karth? Really? Karth is meh. Karth is meh. And I may or may not choose Ashley every time in Mass Effect because freaking what's his name? Caden is voiced by the same guy. I may or may not always pick Ashley because of that. Anyway, other than that, you can find us on a few different Discord servers. Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Band of Friends Podcasting Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are the Dragon Ball Lorecast, the Gundam Lorecast, the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. Yeah, a lot. And then as far as news, there's not really any Star Wars news going on right now besides Malls is continuing, and we have May the 4th coming out in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yep. I got one piece of news. Quick news.
Cool.
Star Wars Legion, Atomic Mass Games.
Yes, I did.
They're coming out with a Mandalorian army standalone, making it an independent faction.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
So it looks like, the funny thing is that the way they did some of those designs, it looks like a mix of the Night Watch. What's her name? Katie Kathoff or her clan that she lost but then regained, and then Din Djarin's clan.
Oh,
because it looked like
why is her name escaping me? Oh my gosh. She's not a Vizsla. She's
yeah, I think she is a Vizsla.
Wait. No, it's oh no. God. Who's the look it up.
I'm trying.
I can't remember. People are like screaming in their car or like radio or podcast and like
Bo-Katan Kryze.
Thank you, Bo-Katan. Why I don't know why I like lost the name for that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yes, that is awesome. Star Wars Legion is awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a mix of her clan and Din Djarin's clan. It's the way they painted them up.
Oh, the
models.
The Watchers? Is that what they're called? No.
A fanatic group. I can't remember what they're called exactly?
Watcher? It's not Death Watch, but it's like a splinter of Death Watch, I think, if I recall.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Well, let's get back to the War of Zakuul. So, reports of the new alliance spurred others across the galaxy to take action. The resistant fighters taking arms on the planets under the threat of the Star Fortresses. One such resistance cell on Bawathi was making significant progress, prompting the Eternal Empire to demonstrate their power by firing a powerful laser from the orbiting Star Fortress, wiping out the entire cell.
No.
Which sucks.
Yeah, but I guess I should have said this before mid-break. There is a cutscene where you find Odessa and start building up the base. It is such a beautiful cutscene.
Yeah, I like that cutscene's awesome. So, in response, the Alliance commander worked with Theron Chan and Miat Dingwid to infiltrate one of these star fortresses to identify a method of destroying them. Learning valuable information from the inner workings of the star fortress, the Alliance made contact with resistant fighters on Alderaan, Belsavis, Hoth, Nar Shaddaa, Tatooine, and Voss to destroy shield bunkers that protected the battle stations.
Why Hoth? There's nothing on Hoth except ice and broken battleships that really can't be repaired with what they have.
Could not tell you.
That must have just been kept the cartels in check, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, more than likely. So the commander received aid from local insurgents such as the Ithorian Jedi Knight Trawaz Rabat, Nautilin former Sith Acolyte Varroa Dins, Whiphid Talent Scout Gormak Warrior Rokus, Arcoria Historian Himdil Tree, and Solorian sharpshooter Deadeye Leta, who had joined the Alliance in gratitude after the Alliance systematically destroyed the star fortresses above their worlds.
Wow, that is Star Wars Zero Company right there for you.
Pretty much.
Just that collection of group right there.
So all the Star Fortress stuff was side content. Wasn't part of the main story. But if you completed the Star Fortresses, you get a new recruit added to your companion list that you can call upon by playing the story and stuff like that. There's when you get to Knights of the Fallen Empire and on, you get so many companions because it's not limited to your class anymore.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Anyway, the commander received aid from local insurgents as the Ithorian Jedi Knight. Wait, did I just?
Commander.
Oh. I just had that separately. I did that.
Oh, you double. Yeah, double. You repeated it. What?
Anyway, so investigating the potential allies, Theron Chan suggested the Alliance should recruit Firebrand, an Arcanist who independently operated on Zakuul for over 2 years, and accompanying the commander to a meeting arranged for them by Scorpio. In the Spire of Zakuul, they found the Firebrand, who introduced herself as Cleo Generis, who agreed to consider the commander's proposal in exchange for assistance for her current operation.
I think this is the
Kaleo
second.
Also, yeah, she's your first companion for the Imperial Agent storyline.
Yeah.
Class story stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So together, the commander and Cleo rigged the ion grenades into power junctions throughout the old world and a breakdown to disable security measures of the Overwatch, from which the commander could obtain the complete schematics of the Spire.
Yeah, which would become crucial since you need to eventually invade the Spire and take over the throne.
Yep, absolutely. So detonating 3 junctions at once, they knocked down the Overwatch security and stormed the facility, eventually reaching the control room where Kaleo planted her explosives on the droid controls, while the commander downloaded the Spire schematics. Overwatch Administrator Trevor Celine arrived with the Sky Troopers and attempted to stop them, but was defeated and mortally wounded during the fight.
And we just don't kill anyone outright anymore, do we?
It's primarily light-sided stuff, so it depends on your character. You can do whatever you want, but all this stuff is essentially based on the light-sided side of the story because it's the quote-unquote canon of SWTOR.
Yeah.
Because, like, generally they use the Jedi Knight as the main, like, class they use for all the story content for, like, the canon for SWTOR, so...
Yeah. I like to imagine unofficially the Jedi Knight is canon, and the rest of the classes is just side story for players.
Yeah. So Kalea destroyed the droid controls, which shut down the droids throughout the Spire, after which she escaped the Spire with the commander and traveled to Odessen, where she decided to stay with the Alliance. At the same time, the Internal Empire continued their search for the Outlander and the Gravestone, which continuously came up empty. Growing frustrated with the lack of progress, Arkin ordered Valen to have the Eternal Fleet bombarded one inhabited planet in 5 different sectors into dust, intending to lure the Outlander out of hiding. Which, granted, works.
Yeah.
So, that kind of works. So Theron Shan passed on the information of the Spire data to the former SIS Cog League, Jonas Balcar, who would turn and provide it to the Republic Special Forces Division Havoc Squad, convincing them to undertake a rogue operation on Zakuul. Theron asked the commander to assist Havoc in their operation, and the two approach Havoc at the meeting point in the Endless Swamp, where Major Ark Jorgen introduced his squad and explained that they were there in the middle of an operation. Who is your first companion for the Republic Trooper storyline?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. He's a Cathar soldier. He's very serious all the time.
Yeah, that was kind of an annoying personality trait of his that I did not like.
Yeah, I agree. So before they could discuss the details, their positions were attacked by Sky Troopers, and Jorgen ordered everyone to split up in pairs and regroup at their camp. Jorgen teamed up with the commander and rescued a group of Zakuulian refugees that led by Pashna Vigad, inviting them to take shelter at their camp. The next morning, Jorgen explained that to the commander and Theron that their mission was to plant a wiretap on the listening posts used by the Knights of Zakuul, allowing Havoc Squad to spy on their communications. The commander brought Alliance personnel from Odessen to provide a distraction for the attack and proceeded with Havoc towards the main objective.
See, this is kind of what I mean, where Jedi Knight is the main canon unofficially, because Havoc Squad, what do you do as the Republic Trooper when you get out? You don't call your old Havoc Squad to come and help you right away? They're just out there on their own. It's like, that doesn't make sense.
Nope.
Just doesn't.
Nope. So, with the whole Valkorian thing, it's easier to deal with being a Jedi or Sith, specifically, because it deals with the Force. Specifically, the Jedi Knight, because you already have a, somewhat of a rapport with the Emperor.
Yeah.
Well before this expansion even starts.
And Valkorian showed interest in your Jedi Knight character because you were so strong.
In Act 2.
Like, ooh, a new vessel.
Because he took you over.
Yeah.
So with the rest of the squad providing their cover, Jorgen and the commander disabled the outpost security and planted the wiretap, but their presence was discovered, and the rest of Havoc Squad fell back to their position, which came under heavy fire. Zakuulian exiles led by Pashna Vided came to their aid, taking the reinforcements, and everyone returned to their camp. Their mission successful, Jorgen traveled to the Alliance base on Odessen, where he got acquainted with the Alliance leadership by comparing the information from the listening post with the Spire schematics. Scorpio revealed the existence of the Gemini frequency, which means by which Arkin controlled the Eternal Fleet.
Now, whoever came up with these droids in the Eternal Fleet had a what's that called?
Astrophysics?
The one, no, not astrophysics. The astrology. The signs. Aquarius, Gemini.
Astrology.
Astrology. Yeah, astrology. So someone had a fetish.
Almost said astrologian, but that's Final Fantasy.
Yeah, same thing.
It's like,
same thing, really.
Okay.
Well, astrology That class uses cards that it's based off of star alignments. Come on.
It is. It is very much so. So the Gem 9 frequency originated from the hyperwave relay station hidden 10 kilometers beneath the spire, which transmitted signals to and from the Eternal Throne, presenting the Alliance with a unique opportunity to rid Archon of his internal fleet. The Alliance planned an attack on the station and sent Kaleo and the Havoc Squad to Zakuul to clear the path to the station.
And by the way, there's a whole subplot of Scorpio just trying to free her fellow droids because she thinks she's part of the internal fleet. She just escaped.
I don't like Scorpio. I really don't. No. So to draw Arkin's attention from their objective, the Alliance required a diversion, and the commander had to choose between Kaleo and Havoc Squad to lead the main attack, while the other party would focus on the division before the commander could depart that led the mission. However, Beniko suggested contacting Valkorion and how to best infiltrate the facility that he built, but unfortunately the commander decided to do so in secluded spot on Odessan wilderness, where Valkorion tested them for a prolonged period of time before the commander could return to the base. I hated this.
By the way, annoying. At some point Valkorion just kind of disappears for a while, doesn't bother you, and so you have to contact him, which is kind of weird.
It's weird. It's probably him trying to, get more power or whatnot, or save power.
Or if I can't remember if we're remembering this right, but at some point he says, "Yeah, I'm just going to leave you for right now and go somewhere else. I got something else to do," and just pops up. It's like he could do that the entire time,
right? It's like he can leave me.
When was this an option?
Right. So, unable to wait for the return, and with the intel turning state every minute, the Alliance had no choice to proceed with the mission without the commander. Having successfully executed the diversion, the support team moved into position to assist the main team, which was only a few levels away from their objective. However, the infiltration team was cornered by a superior force before contact with them and lost the diversion team intended to rescue. The Spire then went into full lockdown, and no transmissions coming in or out, making any assistance from Odessan impossible. A tense firefight erupted, in which 4 of 6 Havoc Squad members were killed, and the rest were forced to retreat. Kaleo managed to grab a data core from a security console right outside the relay station, and making the mission out of total loss, returning to Odessan along with Joran and the bodies of his fallen men. Now, I will let everybody know, the men he loses is none of the companions that you have in the storyline for Havoc Squad.
Yeah. And I don't think Joran blames you for anything.
No, he doesn't.
He's just, this is soldier life. We know the risks. We know this is going to happen.
Yup. So while the rest of the Alliance waited for Kaleo and Jorgen's return from Zakuul, the commander was approached by Hylovis' old acquaintance, Gaunt Renno, with a proposition to raid the Gilded Star, an Eternal Empire treasury ship hiding in the atmosphere of the gas giant Vanden. The commander agreed and accompanied Gaunt and Vanden along with Lana, Theron, Shinna, and Scorpio. Now, Galt is one of the companions you get in the Bounty Hunter storyline.
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah,
he's one of your targets, and he fakes his death and becomes one of your companions.
Man, it's been so long.
So arriving on the gas giant, Galt took the commander into the hiding container of the Animid Identity Slicer Director, who agreed to do Gaunt's job in exchange for getting the Devorian off his back. Gaunt and the commander met with the Brecken gang and the captain, Krellick Faust, from whom Gaunt ordered a fully functioning missile.
By the way, this treasure vessel is specifically designed to go into this planet where it can't be reached. And it only comes up once a year for refueling and resupplies. It's fully automatic, so it's a robot crew.
Yep.
So this is literally a once in a year shot. This is the only shot they get at this.
Yep. So Gaunt's partner, Vet, presented to activate the missile, tricking the Niktos into running into the incoming blast and retrieve the missile warhead. Gold then assembled the team and laid out his plan, assigning everyone their roles. When the Gilded Star came up from its annual resupply, Senna and Dretcher's holographic disguise to get himself and Scorpio on board under the identity of her daughter.
Now,
Valen.
Vet is
Your
your
first
first companion
Yep,
as a
as a
Sith warrior.
Correct. Who is
And
awesome.
I didn't like her too much because she's like she's like an ADHD kid who hasn't got her Adderall right.
Hey, that's awesome, and that's who I romance as my Sith warrior. Thank you very much. I rather romance her than Crazy Pants.
Jessa something.
Jessa, yeah. Because if you turn to the dark side, she goes bad, crazy.
Yeah.
It's not good. So from the bridge, Scorpio took control of the Gilded Star and allowed Gault, Vet, and the commander to get inside. Vet disabled the vault security mechanism, and the commander and Gault planted the missile warhead inside the vault, which upon detonation vaporized the vault's entire content of precious metals while leaving everything outside intact. Lana,
this
is crazy. Lana positioned a tanker next to the Gilded Star and siphoned the vault's entire content, which was she was joined by Scorpio and Senna. Gault, Vet, and the commander planned to take the Skyhook down to the mining platform, but their paths were blocked by the real Valen, and Gault decided to go outside to the ship's hull. Hyloviz piloted a small shuttle next to the Gilded Star, allowing them to jump directly onto it, and everyone returned safely to Odessen. Vet and Gault decided to stay and join the Alliance before their celebrations were interrupted by the return of Joran and Callio. Hoping to salvage their fiasco, Lana ordered Scorpio to analyze the data retrieved by Callio. There you go. Yeah, Scorpio was like, hey, like Lana's like, Scorpio, we need your help. We need you to
analyze
this data.
Yeah.
And that, everyone, is part 1 of the war against Zakuul.
Yep.
By the way, this is still all in Knights of the Fallen Empire.
This is like the first third of the Knights of the Eternal Empire.
Yeah, it's there's a lot that happens in this expansion.
Too much, really.
There's a lot that happens in the second expansion too. But anyway, do you have any final thoughts or anything on this?
The galaxy went to hell because we were in carbonite freezing.
Yes.
The galaxy should not have gone to hell because one person went into a freezer.
Pretty much.
But it did.
It did. It did. I mean, can we say the same thing when Luke kind of disappeared in the sequel trilogy? Things kind of went to crazy when that happened. Just saying.
Well, the galaxy was already going crazy.
That's true.
Because the Senate, God, this is a discussion for another day, but the Senate was literally divided with, old senators who were from the Imperial Senate who was, diehard Imperial fans, and the new senators who were, all for the Republic. And when the time came, no one believed that there was this so-called new order. Or what were they called? The First Order?
Yeah, First Order.
First Order. They thought, oh, this is just a fringe group. They're not serious. We can't take them serious. No, they were serious. They should have been taken very seriously.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Sadly. But, well, that's all we got this week, everyone. So thank you again for listening to Holocron Histories, and may the Force be with you.
Thank you for listening to Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share your thoughts, experiences, and love for the Star Wars lore. And don't forget, for the Republic!
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month, even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. Zero tears.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
At Blinds.com, it's not just about window treatments. It's about you, your style, your space, your way. Whether you DIY or want the pros to handle it all, you'll have the confidence of knowing it's done right. From free expert design help to our 100% satisfaction guarantee, everything we do is made to fit your life and your windows. Shop up to 40% off with minimum purchase and a free professional measure right now at Blinds.com. Plus, pay at your own pace starting at 0% APR with Affirm. Terms apply.